And there we are. Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Tortoise.
Hi, Zilla.
So, welcome. This is my stream, Ancient Gaming, where I play video games with ancient world content and talk about that. We are in our 9th week of Heaven's Vault. Yeah, we could play this a long time. We could play this forever, because it keeps going. But we'll just do one playthrough on stream, but it is such a good game. So if you haven't watched the previous episodes, you can always catch them on my YouTube channel, Zilla's Athenaeum, and you're also welcome to just jump on in. We will do a brief recap, but first, hi, I'm Zilla, and this is my partner Tortoise.
Hi.
I talk about ancient studies content, grad school stuff, and
I talk about the puzzle content and some linguistics, but I try not to step on your toes.
Well, alright. So, in this game we are Aaliyah, a graduate student at the University of Iox, the primary moon of the Ioxian Protectorate in the nebula. We are a specialist in history and archaeology, and particularly epigraphy, which is the study of inscriptions. We are attempting to decipher an ancient language, which is written in ideographs, which are, like Chinese characters. They're sort of images which contain a meaning, not necessarily a sound, but maybe a sound. Tortoise is, in addition to talking about puzzle stuff, keeping track of the language in our little nicely branded Heaven's Vault notebook that came with the special edition. And so our main gameplay is deciphering the language and puzzling out what's going on. So, the story so far. Aaliyah and Six have been looking for the roboticist Janiki Renba, sent by Professor Miari, her advisor, to uncover the cause of the fall of Iox, which she believes is soon to return. But ancient memories found inside a robot led Renba to a different discovery, an ancient observatory, the Vault, which Renba believed could save the nebula from darkness. The roboticist's search began with a telescope-like device from the ship buried deep on a moon near Elbereth, a relic from the vault, perhaps? Perhaps other ancient sites, like the mysterious Withering Palace mentioned by an ancient recording, will yield other clues. I love that they give us little recaps like that, and they do adjust to where we are in the story. Yes, I think we had just finished exploring Renba's dig. So let's get out of here. Gonna hopper our way back to the ship. If you're here, feel free to say hi in chat. Love to hear from you. And if you want to chime in on where we should go next, you're welcome to. What do you think, Tortoise? We could go to Iox, talk to Miari some more, maybe Huang. Could go to Elbereth and see what Oroy's found for us. Or we could go to one of our ancient sites.
What is the empty circle?
That's just my...
Oh, that's
my cursor.
Okay, never mind.
So we could go to the Age of Sail site. Aaliyah has made a leap of logic and surmised that the empire before the empire was some kind of Age of Sail, because it had grand boats that seemed to be about. There's this talk of a Withering Palace, and then there is the observatory that the trader Amadou told us about. And that's what we've got for ancient sites right now.
So, I would be inclined to do the Withering Palace. Partly
because we know what the Withering Palace is, because we have played this before. So yeah, let's try to go to the Withering Palace. This ought to be fun. like that they tell us a little bit about the map, because no matter where you are, people will name everything so that they can talk about what they are experiencing and have a shared idea of it. What, nothing to say, 6? Oftentimes, as we navigate the rivers of the nebula, there will... Oops. I'll go backwards. I didn't even notice that there was a mist turning here. But oftentimes there will be some kind of conversation, but it seems we are out of things to say for the moment. Can just enjoy the beauty of the nebula. It is kind of exciting to sail. If you have a rumble controller, you can feel the resistance of the water when you turn like that. So it's sort of very viscerally satisfying, but it does take some getting used to. If you watch the playthrough that the Save Ancient Studies Alliance, their words, did, the person playing there, Kate Maniti, just had a lot of trouble getting used to the sailing. She was constantly convinced she was going to crash, even though you can't crash in this game. They don't let you do anything totally outrageous. There are no ways to die and no ways to crash. It's just not that kind of game. And, you know, I appreciate that. I'm not big on fights and... Ooh, is that a ruin? Ooh. Sometimes even if it doesn't give me a prompt, I can stop at ruins. But, oh, it looks like I can't get over
Upstream.
there. Yep, that's upstream from us. Alas, rivers only flow one way. Our boat is only sails, not oars. I don't know how oars would even work in this kind of boat. Not that it makes sense for there to be literal rivers in space, but that, at least, it's a big enough concept that it's kind of like, okay, this is one of those sci-fi things, and we will allow literal rivers in space, rivers of water, to be the way that people get around.
I love how most of the explanations of technology are just like, it just is, mistress.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't precisely hard sci-fi, but it is, I think, pretty realistic in that, like, a lot of people don't really question how things work. Ooh, I did get a ruin. Ruin from the Age of Sail. Excellent. Good news. Battered copper compass with an image of a bird. Does it have any inscriptions? Yes! It's on the feathers. Now that's a tiny inscription. Okay. So, while Tortoise is writing that down, let's see what we can find. I think I see this word. And that, I guess, has to be by itself. That's not right. Oh, I believe I remember the word tells. So the robot's memories are locked away, but occasionally something like that breaks through. So now we have blank tells of blank paths. So this first word, we've got a noun marker. We've got a many marker. And then light and high.
Many stars.
Many stars. Sounds like nebula. And this is a possessive person. But that symbol is pretty unusual. I think we've only seen it in serpents.
We also had it recently in something else that suggested like it's also in maybe robots.
Oh yeah, some kind of animate.
But not a person, and it's a possessive, so it's...
Yeah, the nebula tells of its paths. That makes decent sense. Ooh. So that's leading us to the observatory, apparently, which is apparently an Age of Sail site. Weird. Let's see what the map looks like at this point. Could be anything. So we're just exploring the rivers out here, seeing what there is to see. Don't want to get too far off track or we might end up at the wrong place. I do not want to end up at the observatory yet. I expect at some point we're going to see some ruins that will lead us to our quarry.
It's not a quarry, it's a palace.
Don't make undervoiced jokes. Make them loud, otherwise the audience can't hear.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the Withering Palace is nearby. What do we got? So there are two spots it thinks it might be, and one of them we're going to come to no matter what. So on with the show. Sight must be hidden amongst these clouds, mistress.
Looks like we're reaching another area of low flow.
Characteristic 6 snark. There's another airless ruin some distance away. Excellent. Yes, we noticed it's an area of less flow. Sparkles appear to be settled by our passing. Sweeping them away as we sail. I wonder if sailing the rivers helps keep them extant. Keeps them from evaporating into space. Ruin here dates from the Empire. 6 is going to hop her down. It's just floating about here. This, what appears to be unmarked?
Spine.
Spine of what? A book?
A book.
Oh, I missed. Oh, pocket-sized book. I guess I missed when that was said. Looks like got love at the end here, and of. What else? I don't. Maybe another of over here? Yeah, starting to get the hang of where word boundaries are. And that's a real phenomenon. As you start to learn a language, you get a feel for some of its peculiarities. When I was living in Japan a long time ago, I had been taking Japanese for 3 years or so. And after a while of living there, I started to get a sense of how certain kanji would be pronounced when they were next to other kanji, which, if there are rules for how that works, I never learned them. Nobody ever told me. But you start to get a sense, whether they're spoken rules or not. So, now that we have a sense of what the words are here, we've got noun possessive dot holy,
Yeah.
and noun adjective verb.
Speak, no speak.
Speak, no speak. Wow, that's a complicated. Alright, so a noun of holiness. That's a spicy meatball.
I think the other one is a bit more tractable.
Yeah, so blank of words of love.
Yeah.
Blank of stars. Yeah, stars, harvests, or precious doesn't fit here.
Yeah. I
Like-
already had stars anyway.
Yeah, but none of them make any contextual sense here.
Speech
So-
without speech means written words.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So then the speaking is sort of meant to look like an ear, maybe? Maybe that's an ear with some like sound coming into it or something. Maybe some hair behind it. I don't know. Deciphering
I was interpreting it as something sending something out.
Yeah, it could
Even
be.
though it's more ear-shaped, but it, like, by itself, it's just speak, not listen.
True. And they do tend to use that curlicue shape for almost everything. I mean, it's very similar to what we've been calling holy and person and... okay, so this is a book, and it's the blank of Words of Love. So I'm guessing that it's the book of Words of Love, even though noun, possessive, holy doesn't really say book to me in terms of logical...
I could see an argument for source as well, but
That's an interesting one. What do you think?
I mean, it feels better going with bless and emperor to me, but I could also see that holiness is the book, like, just,
But, you can also think about the meaning of source in this context. Like when we have conversations with Six, we talk about water sources, the source of life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that does feel pretty good with holy. I don't know.
I mean, we can choose one and will be proven or disproven later.
True. I'm going to go with source after all. Huang will be able to help me finish it up, she says. Comes from the place we're after. We must be nearly there. Excellent.
So what does the map say now?
What does the map say now? Well, we've eliminated a bunch of areas, and the other ruin spot is gone, so I'm guessing that's actually it. I think it's over here.
I guess keep going straight for now, and it'll do some weird curving things.
Yep. Feels good to be back on a real river again. I don't know, maybe we should do more sailing on the less solid roads. Can you see it? See what? I don't know. I guess that was left over from the previous conversation. Can you see the ruin? The waters to the right appear curious. Okay, thanks for the hint, 6. Okay, minor flow and no direction. So let's see. Why does it keep zooming me out? So, well,
like either direction will...
yeah. Either direction will take me inevitably to this spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna guess that we're just on course at this point. So which way? There's a very gentle force. That's not just enough to sail. I mean, that's good. We do want to sail. But
Thanks.
that's not answering my question, 6. Is that a ruin over there? Oh. It didn't go where I thought it was going at all. It looks like a ruin. But it's actually on the other river over there. I can't get to it. That's a shame. Well, maybe we'll catch it on the way out. This looks like where we're going. Alright, here we go. This is the place Kaya mentioned. How can there be a palace here? Kaya was a recording of a dead child emperor that we found in a terrifyingly abundant graveyard. Oh, it's heckin' windy. Aaliyah's not doing so good in all this dust.
Into a narrow, rocky canyon. Waves of dust made it impossible to breathe. This was the worst one yet.
Six is warning us to be careful. But I'm gonna talk anyway. Hope there's a palace here with walls. I told you not to talk! Oh, shut up, Six. There's gotta be something here. There's a tree that's still alive. A bit of a wind shadow over here. Let's see what we can see. Water's above a wind shadow. This place, it's horrible. It is indeed horrible. You think it wasn't always like this? Hard to say. But all this dust must blow from somewhere. Perhaps something has dried up. Kaya was recorded here. That's what she told us anyway. You well enough to continue? Kaya said there was an orangery here. How could anyone grow oranges in this? Assuming we found the right place, something must have changed. Let's keep going. I concur. Let's keep going. Another shadow. For now. There's a path. No way to know if it leads anywhere. If there is no shelter, I fear you will not make it back. You can hopper me out, can't you? Will the hopper work through this dust? Well, it should. It depends. Depends on what? the shininess of the dust. Every dust mote reflects away a bit of the hopper symbol.
Then we rounded a corner in the rock. And we saw it.
It's just like the one in the Emperor's graveyard, though this moon couldn't be more different, being all dust and wind. Of course, I never doubted. Hope this place is worth it. But look at it. Who knows? Certainly a find. But you're safe here. Seen this kind of gate before. Graveyard of Emperors. Site must be from a similar period, just as we were expecting. And there's an inscription. Yes! So, yes. So while we're transcribing this, I just want to take a minute to note that Aaliyah's conclusion that because the gate is of similar manufacture and style, that is a good but not necessarily sufficient indicator that this palace is of the same age. There are a couple of things that could make it different. It could be an older artifact reused in a more modern building, or it could be a more modern reproduction of an older artifact. Both things are known to happen. In this case, though, given the context, I suspect that she is correct. So, to turn our attention to this inscription, well, I do see our modal here, the solitary bee.
Healthy is at the end.
Healthy is at the end. And I don't think deaths is by itself. And apparently healthy is correct. Long one here. Some kind of descriptive word. Person dot noun. Well, person dot death. Colon.
Verb water.
Verb water. So, so living makes sense, not dead. Or no, not living. It is dead.
So I think maybe becoming dead, so sick?
Perhaps. That flow, or the verb water, makes me wonder if it's blood. But let's look at the rest of the sentence before we make a decision. So, will be verb healthy. Oh, sick will be made healthy is a pretty good sentence.
Yeah, it's definitely past tense. I think we've established that the second character there is a past tense marker.
And then together in place.
Oh wait, it's makes with a past tense marker.
Oh, haha. Cool. So that seems like a pretty good bet. A hospital? Was this a hospital? Safely away from everyone else? Did Kaya die here after all? Is there anything else around the outside of this ruin? I don't think there is, but it's worth checking. I can't move my camera very far, so... Okay, let's just... Does the dust hurt you at all? My workings are well protected, mistress. I hope that does not disappoint you. 06.
We stepped through the ancient gate. The wind outside dropped to a hollow moan.
I really hope we don't have to go back through the storm. I am unsure I could even allow you to try. The second gate, did it ever open? Perhaps. But I do not think it will open now. Some kind of courtyard beyond. Can't make it out. Well, we've got a door to the right and a door to the left. And look out there. It's like some kind of nightmare. Ooh, another inscription.
Woohoo!
It's the start of a fragment of text. Well, I can see your and eyes pretty clearly. I wonder if this is close or hide. Well, close is an option, so we've got verb, negative, light, go.
And we already have light, verb light go is open, so...
Does close your eyes make sense? I mean, as a phrase, but yes, but what does it mean? Does not sound good. No, it does not. Why would Kaya have wanted to come here? I don't understand it. I think there might be a reason for that sad expression on Six's face. There's a door here, but the gap's too narrow to slide through. And it's jammed. Of course it's jammed. Have to find a way around. Well, palace doesn't seem grand enough to be a palace. No ornamental domes, no gardens. There must be more to this place, but what? What indeed?
The room was filled with rows and rows of books.
A library? A palace of knowledge? Withering as paper withers? Perhaps. It's an interesting theory. Seems a bit of a stretch. I agree. Kaya said she had a place here alongside the mechanicals. That's what she said, but all I see are books and dusty stones. Books and books and books. Lots of ancient. Lots of ancient. Let's read as much as we can. We've got Emperor. Got our little squiggly and. Looks like robots. I believe you can be confident of that translation of robots. Feeling identified, 6. So, a past tense and a speaking verb, so spoke. This just looks like a past tense of obey. Nice that we've got these markers down. Emperor spoke and robots obeyed. But I thought there weren't any robots in the Empire. This suggests otherwise.
Indeed it does.
I wish we could read all of these books, but of course that would not make for very good gameplay. Someone left up in a hurry. That is not a thing that we can assume in most places. Oh, it looks like they dropped something in the crack between the stones. A sheared hexagonal stem key from the Age of Sail. A barrel decorated with symbols, of course. I don't know how she determined it's from the Age of Sail, but she might be using 6's readings. Oh, we have some new glyphs here.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Okay, well, we're starting with my. We definitely don't know that noun. And we've got an R, and I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, we hadn't had that confirmed. Okay. So we have not seen all of these glyphs. That's pretty exciting. I'm going to guess that those very disparate up and down curves are apart, given the way that together looks, which is a dot with those very close together. But I have no notion about that marked O. So, noun, verb, apart, something, people. And then adjective.
Maybe mechanical.
Yeah. Verb. That's fire, isn't it?
Yep.
And then apart.
maybe of those sharp kind of makes the most sense.
A fire apart.
Like somehow tearing things.
Yeah, this is my...
The other thing is, they've, even though there are no plural markers in this language, they have given us
R instead of B.
And singulars and plurals there, which is a huge, like, there's no way to determine that.
Yeah, there's no way Aaliyah can know that, but we, in terms of gameplay, are getting that this has to be plural, and there's only one of these that's plural, and it is not what I would have guessed. That is not what I would have guessed. So apparently this is teeth, which is wild. Like, so apart something person, maybe head or jaw or who knows. And then my teeth are sharp. Makes good sense. That's just... Oh, right, it's on a key. It's on a key.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot it was on a key.
Yeah,
Context! Context helps you translate. Ooh, make this Age of Sail site easier to find. Spiffy. What about these books? More sequences of ancient. Excellent. You know I love a good ancient sequence. Oh boy. Getting longer. Present is wrong, because we've got a connector after it, which also means open is wrong.
But we'll probably have to try those before...
Perhaps. We do have words. We do have B. And your. Oh, no, let me just go with that.
Okay.
All right. We've gotten words confirmed. So, complicated verb, words, be your... I guess this is a noun. It doesn't have a marker. Huh.
Yeah, maybe it's made thing is the first thing. Like robot. So like...
So that lets out knee.
And if it's related to sharp...
It is related to sharp.
So sword.
Sword or cut.
That's suggesting
that's suggesting it's a verb, and it's not a verb. But let's go back to...
So this is give connector open. And in the context of something words be let.
Yeah.
Please.
I would not have guessed that without, again, the context of the single glyph, the to be verb being infinitive form here.
And let being a suggestion in the first place.
Right, like that's not an intuitive leap to make.
Like, I can see how give open would mean giving permission.
Yeah, like, but I would have guessed lead before let, without that context. I would say sword or mark, but probably sword. Let words be your sword. Wonder what that really tells us about the Empire. Nothing any scribe can lie. That's not a very historical attitude, 6. That being even a thing that people would understand is... Evidently it is both like and unlike the Emperor's graveyard. Okay, cool. But, like, even the lies tell you something about the culture. Something on the floor. Let me see it. Ink on this one has run, but we can get a fragment of text. They're getting longer as we get more data.
I can barely keep up.
Tell me if you need me to stop. So that is not emperors.
It starts with place, so probably like palace.
Yeah.
Although it's got a connector.
Yeah,
anyways,
like
so.
there's a different thing there. I do see our modal. And I see forever. And day. All right, day. Oh, super complicated word. Will verb forever and a day. Oof, pardon me.
So I mean, it's basically empires without the.
Yeah. So clearly this is empire. And then we have verb, negative, go, place. So endure,
Yeah, I would
not
have said,
going.
I would have said stay but it says remain. So yeah.
The empire will endure forever and a day. Good imperial sentiment and definitely a lie. Just to make my point. We have this place down at the as an empire site, so it's good to confirm that. Oh, I was going to say, Aaliyah's assumption that somebody knocked over their stool is a fascinating one, given all of the wind out there, but also probably a good one because of how little other life there is in the nebula. Huang would love this place if he could make it through the dust. I'm certain he could not. Can I take one? That's pretty great. Chronicles of Mazwai. It's the book Huang is always reading. Something on the order of 600 copies of Mazwai on Iox, but this one is not from Iox. Copy of Mazwai must be close to the original. Huang would love it. That's kind of cool. Anything else? An open window we can look out? Some kind of plaza back there. Ooh, those look like god statues. They look like pieces laid out for a game. But if this is a Holy Empire site, the ancient gods shouldn't be here at all. The gods were torn down, destroyed by the Empire, like the one on Elbereth. There are no gods on Iox, so why are these gods here, laid out reverentially? A good question. Ooh, there are stairs. Please do not plummet anywhere. Thank you, 6. But there are more books. I have to read more books! All the books! If you watched my last video essay, you will have seen me talk about my love for books. Alright, so that looks like source there. Source of adjective time. Oh, that's not the word for source.
I guess then book.
I guess it must be book. How she figures that out, I don't know, but... So, adjective, many time. Ancient? The Book of Ancient Time.
I'm surprised that ancient doesn't include a past marker, but...
Yeah. But, then again, verbal past and adjectival past are not necessarily the same concept.
But, like, long time could just mean, you know...
Yeah. It could be future time as well. Ooh, more stairs, but let's check out this direction first. Whoa, check out that plaza. Something in the sand. Heck yeah. Let's find artifacts. Brush away the sand. Chipped silver amulet dating from the earliest days of the nebula. It's strange. I've never seen anything made of this quality before, and there's, of course, a tiny inscription. Because why wouldn't there be? That's one thing about ideographic languages, is that although they definitely do change over time, they might still be legible between different eras, just because of the glyphic nature. This game definitely conflates that process, and the meaning does not have eras of shift. One wonders what Aaliyah is speaking, since it's apparently not ancient, but we do get words in ancient occasionally. They tend to call them Elberethian patois. When people on Elbereth still speak some kind of ancient. So what are our other options here? I'm not very confident that that first one being rise, because there's 2 high markers. And I think that word break is there. It looks like offer is connected to something else, so that's probably not... Oh. That definitely could be save. And we've gotten us. Something will save us all. Sure. Alright. It's a lot of glyphs, but I'm confident it says save. Huzzah! And then... Ooh. If it's lift, but even higher, do we think it's vault?
Mm-hmm.
As a verb? The vault will save us? Save us from what? A great darkness? I'd say this comes from the same source as the heavily scratched lantern and the dented telescope that I discovered floating in space. Must have been common to move between the 2 locations. Oh, perhaps. I love it out here. Some people live and die on Ajax, they never see anything. Ooh. There's a pit down there. It's not unfinished building work. Perhaps the palace continues underground. Just need to find a way down there. So, it is true that travel changes your perspective.
A circle of stone gods, staring each other down. Each one daring the others to blink first.
Timur always told me there were 7 ancient gods, though where he got that from, I have no idea. Well, let's see. What is up here?
Of course, with my puzzle instincts, I'm going 6 gods, and one's the meta puzzle.
You want to explain what a meta puzzle is?
Meta puzzle being if you are in sort of a puzzle hunt where puzzles will yield like single word answers, a meta puzzle is a puzzle that takes the answers to other puzzles and combines them, and is usually sort of a higher level story based thing, but like more
Okay, so we've gotten some imperial signage, a table set for a meeting. It looks like it ended in an argument. It could have been moments ago. With the wind so high here, you would think this would all be scattered over the eons, and yet Here are the papers. She's absolutely right. This hasn't been disturbed by anything but the trees. Ooh. It's a weird angle. What are they all looking at? So, nothing up here but the sparkly view. What about this side? Ooh, something wedged in the stone. A scimitar? How's there a scimitar under that? I don't think you could get a scimitar under there. No inscription, but it comes from the same place as the sheared key, so that's nice. Anything else over here?
Guess not.
Guess not. It looks like there's more roof, but they weren't using it. Oh, but I guess we can go down this side. Bless the wind. Maybe we can't. Glad I'm not doing this in the dark. Does it ever get dark? Is there a sun? Let's talk about this wall breach. Whole structure is intact except here, but there's no boulder, no signs of impact. I think it was demolished. Whoever dug through the floor outside must have opened this. Only why would they break down the wall when there's an open door? And not to make a way out for them, there's an open door in the hallway after all. Whoever smashed this wall down, they did it solely to make a path for a robot. Should I jump it? I'm gonna do it. What kind of archaeologist can't jump over a small gap? So long as the stone on the other side doesn't break, of course. That is a very good point. She's not gonna do it. That's fine.
So, like, we have this key. Is it a functional key?
No, it's sheared off.
Oh.
But let's go back down the other side, because there was a door we didn't try. And if that just lets us out, then I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah? What? Maybe someone brought robots with them, built a ramp so they could get in, or again, maybe they took the robots away. Maybe this place housed robots. Robots would certainly not object to the conditions here, though they would object to all the stairs. Ooh. Another book? Let me do a thing. Wow, these are getting long. I love it. Does look like we have Emperor. Some kind of elaborate past tense verb. I'm not even going to try. But then of all people?
One of the other things that I've sort of realized about the game is that since it presents everything in the same font, basically everything is in a consistent handwriting, whereas I'm pretty sure that you have this many artifacts, there are going to be differences. And some of the glyphs are pretty similar looking.
Yeah, that's definitely true. If we weren't in a consistent font, like this little squiggle would look very much the same as the person squiggle, as the speech squiggle. Like, these are not sufficiently dissimilar
And the
that it would be.
characters are well preserved as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't seem to be missing any internal characters. There's nothing obscured. There's no handwritings we need to worry about. There's no shifts in how things were written over time, which happens in the real world, even with ideographic languages. So, like, there's a reason you don't tend to get words this complicated in glyphic languages, and it's because meanings shift and associations shift. They don't last long enough to get this complicated, because by then somebody is like, oh my god, we can just use something simpler.
So this is just fear with a past tense marker.
Okay, that makes that easy. Emperor feared... Oop. No, I'm good. The emperor feared death as all people feared death. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, leave me alone.
Oh, what?
I don't know. What do you mean what the other words mean? Okay. Just being odd. If there were robots here, they must have been restricted to the dais area. There are ramps there, but steps and bars everywhere else. There's no logical reason to restrict a robot.
Says you.
Stuck fast. Believe the wood has warped in the frame. Anything here we can use as a battering ram? You may not remember, mistress, but I cannot pick anything up. Let's try with the iron poker. Ooh, it worked. Didn't have to jump. So, how old would you say the site is exactly? Date it back to the first days of the Holy Empire. Probably constructed during the reign of the first empress herself. Yeah. Every gate has an inscription, and they keep getting longer. Da, da, da. Alright, so some kind of possessive abstract. Then a noun that just looks like place. And then an adjective that, like dead.
This is the longest one we've had by far.
Recognize may. Then we have a verb that is complex. Maybe writing. Another abstract. Nope, that's a connector. That shouldn't be. Maybe that end is love. Do we have this? Goodness. I guess? Oh, I don't know about this.
This does seem to go at the beginning.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, I see. Let's just get it to... No, not even that. Okay. None of these feel right to me, so I'm very... Not enough here for me to guess it. Damn. No, it doesn't. Did the first empress who declared herself holy, did she still believe in the older gods? Still fear them? Let's see what's over here. No, I want to search the rebel. I saw a prompt. It's this. An iron candle holder. Dates from the early empire, and I would say it was a miner's candle holder. What's it doing here? There's an inscription on the bracket. I was lost, and these oh wait, that can't be these. So that's definitely was. And this is these with time.
So now.
This time is now. And I was saying I thought that might be written. Does that look like what we had for word?
Hang on, I am... no, Word had the speech thing. That's not speech, that's hold.
Oh, that's hold. Okay.
And I was lost, and now I am...
Found. Makes much more sense, yes. Context. Someone was lighting their way. Found a candle holder down there. That artifact is most curious. From the mineral composition, I would suggest it was used in a forge or mine at some distance from here. New site. I don't want to talk about the ramp yet. Another book. There's so much here. We're probably not going to get through the whole place today, honestly. There's so much going on. Why are you... Oh boy. That's exciting. I'm getting a little bit of a glitch here. Hopefully it won't prevent us from completing this inscription.
One thing I find interesting about that inscription is that lost is starts with the modifier, and found starts with the verb. I guess it's a passive like, I am found is a passive construction, but was lost is... Oh. Wait, more? Ah! Am I getting paid overtime?
Sure, love. I'll double your wages for overtime. Oh, that actually worked. Okay. So we have some kind of a noun. Comes from an adjective. That comes from a different noun.
I mean, it's a noun that comes from the adjective strong, which is up there.
Yeah. Oh, I would say this is 1, right?
Yeah.
Strength of 1 emperor was... Whoa. Was strength of all. That will do for now. Was the empire held together by force? Suppose most likely it was. Most colonial empires are. Someone came here with mining tools and smashed down the walls. There's the remains of a fire. Somebody huddling here to keep warm, burning what they could find. Probably books. And there's something here. A brass bucket from the Age of Sail. And of course it's inscribed, because everything is. Oh, that glitch isn't going away, huh? Oh. May this place be not place fire. I mean,
That's not, it's firm.
okay, so less firm fire, I guess, is warmth?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's nice. Cool. Finding lots of stuff. I want to look at everything. Is that the eagle and sun on the back of a chair? I do not wish to alarm you, but I heard something moving nearby. You think the gods are coming for us? No, mistress. Something below. Is there a vault here? Have we found it? Found the vault? I understood this was the Withering Palace. The place is a palace, not a vault. Another door. Stuck. This is the inside of where we could have tried to jump to, but I'm kind of glad we didn't. And look at this mural! It's the exact same mural as we found on the other one, but slightly older and more worn. A line of figures, some stooped, some young, gathered together and then falling. A bright light. That's all I can make out. And, I mean, she might be right. She certainly has the experience to determine that that is a bright light and not just, you know, a decorative marker or some kind of portal or whatever. But without further evidence, it's unclear. And, like, there appear to be some four-legged figures over there. It's definitely an interesting one. If this place was built for robots, why are there so many stairs? Don't know. Strange. Oh, right. That's broken. I can't go out there. So, okay. Would you let me have my camera back, please? Alright. Makeshift ramp. That ramp is a door. There's no way it felt like this. Someone made themselves a way through. Someone with a robot. Let's go. Into the plaza.
The rock had been scooped out to make a roof for the courtyard, keeping it safe from the endless storm beyond.
It's so quiet.
This was a secret place.
What do you think, Six? There's something about this place. I cannot, as you might say, put my finger on it. Are you trying to remember something? Surely either you remember or you don't. That is what I would have expected, yes. Perhaps you heard something about this place? More than that. I believe this place is familiar to me, and yet I have never left Iox except in your company. I do not understand. Okay.
I was about to ask how we are on time.
Yes, at this point we're almost at 4:15, so I'm going to call it for the week, but next time join us again for the Plaza of the Gods that is somehow familiar to Six, and the pit with noises coming from below. Dun dun dun. Thanks for your time, and hey, keep learning, friends.